Hey guys, Gene here with FireSprint. I want to show you our sheet yield calculator tool. So it's this tool here. If you go to firesprint.com/tools, you're going to get to the sheet yield calculator. And this is a really simple tool to use if you're just trying to figure out how many rectangles fit on another rectangle. So it does some very basic math and allows you to do that. And so I'm just going to explain these fields to you. The parent sheet, this is like the sheet that you're going to buy from your vendor, right? So in this case, let's do a 96 by 48. It's a pretty typical sheet size there. And then the child sheet, this is like the size of the graphic that you're going to print and put on there. So if it's yard signs, or maybe you have a parent sheet and you're doing a bunch of business cards on it, anything else like that. So in this case, we're going to do 36 by 24 because I'm going to do like a large yard sign to kind of show you. And what this shows me is that with no rotation, we get 4 up. If we rotate all of them 90 degrees like this, then we're also going to get 4 up. And I'll show you over here what that means. And if we mix rotation, we'll get 5 up. So depending on the material you're using, sometimes you can or you can't mix the rotation. So what I have here is a 48 by 96 artboard here in Illustrator. And if I do width of 36 and a height of 24, that's like this here. So you can see this is basically 36 by 24. So if we don't rotate this at all, then I'm gonna put this on here. You can see if I butt them right up against each other, I'd get approximately 4 of them on there. So it would look more like this when we put them on there. So if they're butted up against each other, we get 4 of them on there. If we rotate this, so if we rotate all 90 degrees, it'd look like this, and essentially we get 4 of these on there like this. Okay, and then if we allowed, so that's pretty obvious, but then if we allowed mixed rotation, what it's actually going to do is it's going to assume something like this, where we have a 5th one over here on the edge, and that's been rotated 90 degrees, and these 4 are the same. So what the mixed rotation will do is it'll go through every permeation and try and give you the maximum amount you're going to be able to fit on a sheet. So this is great for quick price quotes. You're just trying to get an idea of how much should fit on a sheet. If you have your parent sheet size, so this is the sheet of your material, whether it's paper or corrugated plastic, and this could be in centimeters or inches. It's just as long as you use the same dimensions for all 4 of these, it makes no difference. It's not a metric or standard thing. Imperial. So you put your parent sheet size in here. This is the size that you buy, and then you put the rectangles, the size of the rectangles that you want to fit on there. And this is going to math out for you what the best possible yield you could get with these sizes, depending on whether or not you're willing to rotate them. And then you will have to go and figure out in Illustrator or some tool exactly what, how it accomplishes this. Some cases it's not quite so obvious like this, but the math does work so that you will always be able to fit this many on there if you set the rotations correctly. The other thing you can do, or another question I get, is what if we have oversized sheets? Let's say we do 100 inches by 50 inches, and we want to account for bleed on this. Well, let's say if we have a 0.5 inch bleed and a 0.5 inch bleed, basically you just factor in all of that into the unit. So if you want a 1/2 inch of bleed, I just add that 1/2 inch here. And you can see on an oversized sheet of 50 by 100, I can still fit a 1/2 inch of bleed on these products here. So I hope that helps. I hope that gives you some example. This is a totally free tool. You don't even need to register. Available at firesprint.com/tools. Thanks for watching.